guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about how I was banned from working with the Vegan Society. Before I start this video, it is a bit of a call to action. I've left a template email in the description down below, which I'm hoping that everyone will send to the Vegan Society, trying to reinstate my ability to work with them. So let's get on to the video. First, I'll contextualise the issue and kind of what happened. I will then go into talking about the importance of including conservatives and activism and the kind of inconsistency with the Vegan Society in terms of who they ban and who they don't ban. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you the story of me being banned first before going into more detail about the other issue and the issues that I have with it and more detail on certain things. So basically I was banned from working for the Vegan Society, and this means working for the Vegan Society at all. I can't actually work for the Vegan Society in my area. I can't, for example, make my own Vegan Society stall if I wanted to. I can't work for the Vegan Society in another area which might be more welcoming to conservatives. So I'm banned from working with the Vegan Society at all. I just want to make that clear. And the reason that I was banned is over my YouTube channel and some comments that I left on the Aylesbury Vegan group. Now, I don't think that I've said anything that isn't particularly mainstream conservative content. I've expressed my views about issues that I have with mass immigration. I've expressed my views about transgender kids. I haven't done anything or said anything that is particularly outside the realm of mainstream conservatism. One of my issues is the fact that I wasn't contacted by the Vegan Society about what the issue was with my content exactly. And the manager, the area manager of the volunteers in Buckinghamshire, I'm not going to name his name, but he didn't give me any information about what the issue was with my content or what the issues were with what I said online, which I find really concerning, because how do I actually reflect on someone's concerns without any information about what their concerns are about? Now, they said that they wanted to make the oh my god, the Aylesbury Vegan group more inclusive and diverse. One of my issues with this is the fact that inclusive and diverse just means more woke, basically. It means more in line with the opinions that we have as opposed to the opinions that you have. So I'll go into these issues kind of in detail now that you kind of know the context of what happened. So one of my main issues with this whole situation was that I wasn't contacted about what I did wrong. And I don't think I've done anything wrong, to be honest, at all. But I wasn't contacted with what their issue was with me doing activism at all. The Vegan Society simply relied on what other people were saying about me. How do they know that what they were saying about me was actually correct? They could have just said that I've produced racist content online. I don't think anything that I've said is racist. I think it's quite reasonable to be concerned about the high rate of single-parent households within the Black community. I think it's reasonable to be concerned about that because you're not able to do anything about it unless you realise it's an issue. Do you see what I mean? It's just kind of ridiculous. And to be honest, this whole idea of just relying on what other people are saying about someone in order to make choices about whether to ban them from an organisation is completely ridiculous, because it can, people could just ban me because they don't like me. They could ban me because, I'm a woman or something. They could ban me for whatever reason that they choose, right? And you don't know what they're saying about me is actually correct. If you'd have, and the other issue is that maybe they, the Vegan Society were told that I was going to mix politics in with veganism. I had no intention of doing that in-person activism. I think that when you have a YouTube channel, you can mix politics within veganism, and you can, try and encourage conservatives to go vegan. That's my main aim with this channel. But in-person activism, you have to actually, be diverse, and you have to, I don't know, you can't really have express your political opinions in in-person activism, because the person might have an opposite political opinion to you. I would only really talk about politics if A, the person bring it up who was coming to my activism, and B, they had the same political beliefs as me, and I could actually connect veganism to beliefs that they already have. I wouldn't just bring it up to someone that was, I don't know what their politics are. I think that would be a bit silly, and it might turn them off if they're different politically from me. Now, if the Vegan Society said to me that we don't want any political talk within our outreach stalls, I'd be perfectly fine with that. I wouldn't talk about politics if they didn't want me to. So the fact that they didn't email me about this, the fact that they didn't ask me what my intentions were working for the Vegan Society, they didn't, ask me about, some of the things that I said online and what I actually mean by them. I think that that's very wrong, and I think that shows a certain amount of disrespect to me, and it's worrying in the fact that you could have people, it easily leads to bullying, because you don't know whether what other people are saying about this particular person is actually true, or whether it's something that they just made up to make it so the person can't do activism because they don't like them. Okay, so one of my issues is they're very inconsistent in the people that they ban and the people that they don't ban. So for example, they're quite happy with people who have public Facebook profiles, having, being Remainers and being pro-Labour and being in open marriages, but they're not fine with people who have the opposite political beliefs. So it's only one set of political beliefs that they're okay with, and they're willing to do outreach or host stalls, and another set of political beliefs they're not okay with, and I find this very inconsistent and wrong. And this kind of feeds back to what the area manager of the volunteers in Buckinghamshire said to me. So he said to me that he wants to protect the group and society at large from, I presume, my opinions. And, well, I find their opinions dangerous, and I find their opinions something that doesn't protect society at large. For example, if you are a Remainer, you're okay with free immigration from the EU. And one of the issues with this is that you do get, in that particular situation, you do get a lot of people coming from the EU to the UK without a job, without being able to speak the language, and this can lead to terrible situations. For example, there was one guy who came from Spain who was living up near the theatre in Milton Keynes, and he came to England for a better life. He couldn't speak English, he could only speak Spanish, and so he ended up on the streets, basically. You also have a lot of issues with people, with kind of groups of immigrants coming over from Poland. So what ends up happening is people who come from Poland live within Polish communities. There's a lack of integration within wider society because they're all living together in the Polish community. Because there's a lack of integration within the wider society, these people they don't learn as much English as they need to. They end up working in very low paid jobs, and there isn't very much upward mobility within those areas. You end up having a situation where there's a high unemployment within those areas and a high crime rate because of that. And that's an issue. We can't have floods of immigrants coming in from the EU without jobs, without being able to speak the language. It causes, it's detrimental to the UK. And so I could easily say that that belief was problematic and dangerous. And so this whole thing is kind of ridiculous, I'm not going to lie. And just because I think that your beliefs are problematic or dangerous, it doesn't mean that you should be banned from doing outreach. I'm just saying. So secondly, and this is kind of the last point, I kind of wonder where banning Conservatives from outreaches will end. Basically, I don't think it's going to end well. I think what's going to end up happening is when you have people who all have the same political beliefs in one area, what will end up happening is a Conservative that's maybe interested in veganism will come to your stall, then will get told that they're racist, homophobic, whatever ism that you can come up with, and then they'll be put off going vegan. If you have a situation like that, that's probably it's more likely to happen. And it's sad, and if we want everyone to go vegan, we need to have everyone promoting veganism. We need to have Conservatives promoting veganism. We need to have people on the left promoting veganism. We need to have anarchists promoting veganism. We need to have everyone promoting veganism. And we can't have veganism stuck in this left-wing intersectional garbage, to be honest. Just before I go, again, this is a bit of a call to action. I do want my ability to work with the Vegan Society to be reinstated, simply so that I can maybe create my own Vegan Society stall in Milton Keynes. Maybe I can, I don't know, do something else, just so that I have the ability to work with the Vegan Society in future. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and please feel free to subscribe and like this video if you do.